Hi, guys, and this is another episode of Life Evolved with Michelle, the Stuck from Thriving Stuck from Thriving series. I haven't done one of these in a little while, so I wanted to do another one. My Stuck from Thriving series started with me wanting to feel unstuck in the U.S. I wanted to get out of my financial situation and live what I call a free life. So, with that, I decided over the age of 50 to relocate to another country. That country is Panama. Story of a young lady that I met here who also was feeling that same stuck from thrive. Stuck being in the U.S., working every day, and not seeing any progress. So she decided to become her own boss and do nomad traveling. So she is here in Panama for a couple of months while she works. And I wanted her to share her story with you guys to see that there are different variations to this. You don't necessarily have to be retired to be able to relocate in another country. You just have to have a plan and be strategic. And I wanted her to share her plan with you guys so you can see a different side of this Panama life or living internationally. Hi guys, this is Michelle and I'm back again with From Stuck to Thriving. So, like I told you before, I wanted to introduce you to a young lady who is a nomad traveler and she lives here in Panama temporarily. She's traveling all throughout the country and she's working. So, I just wanted her to share her story about how she was able to become unstuck from living in the United States. Again, she will introduce herself, her name, and who she is. So, welcome my guest.
Thank you, Michelle. Would you like me to take the mic?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Well, hey everyone. My name is Karen Warren, and I'm a life coach. And I help Gen X women who typically, after big life changes, divorce, career, retirement, empty nesters, uh, rebuild their confidence or increase their confidence and take bold action for whatever is next in their lives. And I just love this work. And I met Michelle because we're in a similar WhatsApp group, for people who live in Panama who are visiting or exploring, connected. And she had a post for a personal trainer. And I was like, ooh, I need that in my life. And I had only been here a week. I saw her post and I wanted to meet her, and we met for coffee. And it was really, really nice. I liked her vibe. She looks amazing. We're in the same age range. And so I was like, I need some of that. And that's how we met. And we've been working out 2 to 3 times a week for the past couple of months. And it has been really a joy. So that's how we know each other. So I did want to set the stage for that. All right. So tell me what you want to know.
So, from what I'm understanding and what I want my audience to understand is that, um, a lot of people feel stuck and they want to get outside of their environment, and you've done it. You have transitioned from a regular working position for a company to have your own business, and you were able to make that work for you virtually. And so now you're able to travel and live a nomad life. So I just want you to share with people how you end up doing that. What did you do with your company? What were you doing? And how did you transition to being self-employed and make this type of lifestyle work for you and still work?
Wow. Okay. I can talk about that. It's not a super short story, but if you don't mind, then let me go back a little bit. I can. All right. My last corporate job, I left in 2018. I was an HR program manager, human resources for NASA Johnson Space Center. And I held that position for maybe 7 years. And it came to a point in 2018 where they weren't going to renew my contract. Um, and my position was going to be eliminated. And I'm like, okay, I'll just get another HR job. But the truth of the matter is, I didn't want another HR job. I wanted to be a coach. And so I decided to get my certification. So I did that. And this was the first time, you guys, in my whole adult life where I never not worked. And I didn't know how to act. I was married at the time, and my husband was like, I got it. And so I'm like, wee. So I spent a lot of time in my office thinking about coaching after I was certified and afraid to reach out. Why? Because what would my HR peeps say now that I was a life coach? Would they even take me seriously? So I had a lot of drama about that. So from 2018 to 2020, I did a lot of consuming coaching, a lot of looking at it, listening to it, pretending I was. I put a purple couch in my office, decorating, but I was not making any offers. Well, then George Floyd gets murdered. And the coaching school that I was certified with, the black coaches, we got together and had a little meeting and talked about how we would help our clients. Well, I didn't have any at the time, but we were talking about how that affected us. And the company decided they wanted to include DE&I in their curriculum, and they needed somebody to write it. And so I stepped up and said I could do it. Now I had never done that, but I decided I could because now I was a coach and I had some tools about what was possible for me. And so that was my first client. Well, during that time also, so now we're in 2020, things start to go south with my marriage. So I don't have a job. I don't have my own money coming in. Decide I need to leave, but then I get this client. And so I was able to take the next step, which was to move out. Well, now I'm going from having my whole house, 4 bedroom, 3 bedroom, really nice landscape backyard, to what am I going to do now? Because now I'm self employed, and what's that like for getting a mortgage? I said, okay, you can do apartment living. So I had a little drama, y'all, a little temper tantrum about how am I going to get my groceries in the rain, not having my own space, not having my own yard. But instead of just getting any old apartment, I got one on the water because I love the water. Look at us right now. I love the water and this beautiful apartment on the lake, more money, 2 bedrooms, one for my office, but I decided I was worth it. So my first step. So I get the apartment. So now I got a business. So if I get one client, the DEI client, I can get another one. And I just kept going and going. So here it is, 2026. And I have been coaching. I've coached for many coaching companies, contract as their coach for their clients. I've coached my own individual clients. And then I guess in 2021, I got an HR client. And it was supposed to be a 6 to 8 month short term project where we're going around training, introducing this new framework for new employees. And then I ended up staying for 4 years. So at that time, I'm like, well, do I want to give that up and move? I'm like, yes. Why? Because the world is big. Now, at this point, if I can make it in Texas on my own business, surely I can make it anywhere. Big follower of the Exodus Summit group. So I'm in that. We're meetups talking about bopping around. I'm like, I could bop around. I could coach people from anywhere because I just need my laptop. Panama seemed like a really great start. Soft landing. So I picked Panama. I came December 2nd, and I've been here ever since.
Awesome. So your plan for your life from now on, right now, is to travel, right? So what are your plans? Where are you planning on going? And how do you plan on maintaining your income while you're traveling?
Great question. So at first, my idea of slow traveling meant going someplace new every 2 months, but I had a reality check. That's a lot of moving. Because let me tell you, to shut down your whole life, to sell things, to give away things, to sell your car, to just give up everything and get it into 3 suitcases was a whole situation. I have like 2 storage containers that have like degrees and important papers and my son's baby stuff in my friend's garage. And everything else I have with me is in 3 suitcases. And that's still too much. Side note. But what is my plan? My plan is to just keep exploring the world. So I'm here until April. I'm cruising back to the States. I'm going to do an event because I am now a retreat host. I'm going to host a retreat back in Houston in June, see my friends, do a reset, kind of get rid of some things. And then I think I'm going to come back to Panama. Why? Because it's not just Panama City. It's going to be Boquete, where you're living, and David, and all these other areas. And the vibe here is good for me. I'm a summer girl. I'm team no snow, so this 4 seasons is not necessary for my life. So I think I would like to come back here and explore some more. And then for my birthday, which is in December, shout out to all you Sagittarius women. Yes, I'm going to give myself Southeast Asia. So that's my plan.
Awesome. So, how has your experience been here in Panama specifically? How do you like it? What has the living situation been like for you? The cost of your Airbnb, so the cost of Airbnbs and eating, how has that been beneficial for your travel?
Yes, it has. So I would say, so for example, all in Texas, I was paying about 17.50 just for the rent alone. So that's just rent and water. Beautiful apartment on a lake with a trail. Love it. Airbnb, I decided my budget should be around 1600, 1650 max, but that includes my electricity and my internet and any amenities depending on which building I stay in. So it may include this, a hot tub or a pool or a gym. It may include walkability, walk 2 blocks to the Ray supermarket, walk 2 blocks to the Central Costera. So that all depends, and that price difference is there. So for me, I already get $200 to $300 a month savings because now I'm all in with the monthly Airbnb. And instead of just getting a 6 month or Airbnb, since Panama, I don't know you like that, I wasn't willing to just go all in, and so I decided I wanted to explore a different neighborhood once a month. And so that's what I've been doing. Now I did have a little situation at one,
And that's
but
what I was going to ask you, like your true thoughts of apartment, living life, being a nomad. I know it's a little different, but on the real, how do you feel like the apartment areas, based on cost and safety? How are those things? Uh, how do you feel about those things?
okay, so the first apartment that I picked was in Obarrio, and I had done a little research about the financial district. It felt like I don't know, bougie is the word, but it felt like it would be a good soft landing for me. So it was a little bit, I mean, it was the higher end of my price range. I was on the 15th floor, 2 bedrooms, super cute, but in really reality, it's really pretty small. But I had a really nice security team. They all knew me. The rooftop Luna on top of the building was just fabulous. So I was in my, ooh, this is amazing era. And that felt good for starters. And then as I moved around the city, I got a little fourth where I'm living now. It's only 4 stories. And so it's still an elevator, but again, secure lobby, the front desk team, there's a building superintendent who will fix things. So feels very much homey. So I've been trying to try the different neighborhoods and kind of see what makes sense for me.
So as you can see, I didn't want her to have to like spill her whole life story, but I kind of wanted you guys just to see that there are variations and levels to this living. I know a lot of you guys that follow me are retired, but there are a lot of people who are not retired and looking for a way to get out or a way to do things where they can live their best life for themselves. So I wanted to bring Miss Karen on here because not only is she a good example for people or women, even men, who want to try to reinvent themselves to benefit themselves, figure out a way to do that. She also is a coach and a life coach. So like I will drop her information in the comment section. I mean, I'm sorry, in my description, so that you guys, if you're looking for someone to kind of help and guide you towards those life decisions, if you're trying to evolve, you're trying to get away from what is happening every day, get off that wheel of life that we have going on, and try to make something work for you. Because what I find that we do most times living in the US is that we give our best to other people. We give what we have to offer, our skills, our intellect, our intuitions, to companies who don't value us. So it's kind of like finding a way where you can use your talents to benefit you, whether that is being a contractor, whether that is starting a YouTube channel, which is a great idea, which I'm going to do a whole topic on that, on why Gen Xers, because I'm a Gen X, should do a YouTube channel to help spread real information. Because as y'all know, we're in the fake information journey right now, and we need people to share with our younger generation real things, even if it's just a simple problem that you solved. Somebody will learn from that problem. And you may not think your life is important, but I guarantee you there is someone else out here going through the exact same thing that you're going through, and no matter how small it is, and they're looking for guidance. So we can give that, we can be that for them. We can do it in a way that never gets erased, hence YouTube. So I want to thank you guys for joining in. I hope you enjoyed Miss Karen's topic, talking about her life and how she was able to get off that rat race and become unstuck and feel a sense of freedom. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'm waiting for you guys to come back. We're at, I think, 600 and something followers now, and we're trying to make 1,000. So you guys come on and join the team. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.